We will discuss today the telescope in optics. Telescope. So telescope is an optical instrument to see the distance object. So we are seeing, have you seen the lunar eclipse? Okay, the past, in the 2 months before, there is a solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. So the lunar eclipse and the stars movement is seen through telescope. So it is an optical instrument to see the distance object. Think where the sky, where the stars, where the sun and the moon is present. So it is too distance from our earth and we can see them clearly through the telescope. So it is an optical instrument. Optical means it is made up of lenses. The first telescope was invented by John Lippershey in 1608. Galileo made a telescope to observe distant stars. So the first telescope was invented by John Lippershey in 1608 and Galileo made the telescope to see the stars. And Galileo observed the satellite Jupiter and the rings of Saturn through his telescope. So Galileo, what he observed in the planets, which planet he had observed? Jupiter and Saturn. Kepler invented telescope in 1611, that is, which has fundamentally similar to the astronomical telescope. So astronomical view, they had used this Kepler, that is, the Kepler had invented the telescope which is related to the nowadays astronomical telescope. Types of telescope. So according to the optical property means viewing, so seeing property, it is classified into two groups, refracting and reflecting telescope. So in refracting telescope, that is in refracting and reflecting. In refracting telescope, so the lenses are used. What lenses are used? What type of telescope used in refracting means Galilean telescope, Keplerian telescope, achromatic refractors are some of the telescopes which are the examples for refracting. So refracting telescope lenses are used as Galilean telescope, Keplerian telescope, achromatic refractors. In reflecting telescope, parabolic mirrors. So there in refracting they are using the lenses, but here parabolic mirrors are used. Gregorian, Newtonian, Casgarian telescopes are used for reflecting telescope. So the two telescopes are there based on the optical one, viewing one, okay, seeing one. So refracting they are using lenses, reflecting they are using parabolic mirrors. So in refracting example is Galilean telescope, Keplerian telescope, achromatic refractors. But in reflecting, what are the telescopes they are using means Gregorian, Newtonian and Casgarian telescopes are used in reflecting. So the things which are absorbed based on the things based on the absorption of the things, the telescope is again divided into two, astronomical telescope and terrestrial telescope. Astronomical telescope. So astronomy itself, the heavenly bodies like stars, planet and galaxy. So I had given the picture here. This is the astronomical telescope to view the sky, stars, that is planets and satellites. Terrestrial telescopes. In astronomical telescope, you will get the inverted image. But in terrestrial telescope, you get erect image. For this, they had invented this terrestrial telescope to get an erect image of the object. Okay. So this is the terrestrial telescope. Okay. Advantages of the telescope. So the telescopes are used to see the galaxies, planets, stars and heavenly bodies which can be seen through our telescopes. And in the telescope the camera is attached. So camera attached means it takes the photographs of the celestial body objects. Okay. and the telescopes are having low intensity of light. So they are using with the help of low intensity of light. Disadvantages. So frequent maintenance has to be needed. So we have to clean it and we have to maintain it properly. And it is not easily portable one. Portable means it cannot movable. Okay, easily you cannot take and go for one place to another place. So it is difficult. So based on this telescope, I have to talk about something about the thing. That is, last year we had sent a satellite called Chandrayaan. Chandrayaan, in where the Vikram lander had failed. So we are seeing from here what the function is going on there. So that, like that, things also can be viewed to the telescope. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any doubts, post your doubts in the comment box. Give a thumbs up, share and subscribe to Science Easy Tech channel.